Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Kelly. Thank you for joining me. So this is the part 2 of the series for the ultimate get home bag. All right. So like I said, this is part 2. If you haven't checked out part 1 yet, please go ahead and pause this video and go back to the part 1. It really explains the whole planning phase, why it's so important to plan and prepare before you actually start packing your bag. All right, let's get to it. All right, guys, like I said, thank y'all for joining me. Part 1 of this video, which went over the planning phase, preparing before we packed the actual bag, has did very well. And I want to thank y'all, my viewers, for making that video turn out so good. That's why. So I'm doing the part 2. Now, what I will let y'all know, this is mainly for long range get home bags. Okay. But we have other bags over here. And the reason I'm bringing these out is because hopefully y'all watched part 1. And in part 1, I talk about the actual planning as far as the distance, how long is it going to take you to get home. And in that first video, we talked about, anywhere from, a few miles to 10, 15, 20 miles. You're going to need a smaller bag, something light, fast. You don't need a whole lot of gear to get you home because you're so close. And then we moved on further and further. This right here is just an example of maybe a small get home bag. This is for somebody that, does not have to travel very far. 5, 10, 15, hell, even 20 miles. Something like this size bag. I mean, it don't have to be camo or real tree, whatever this is, but just a bag similar in size that will get you from point A to home, or that safe spot you want to go to. Then for something medium, like 25 miles, 30 miles, maybe up to 50 miles, something like this. This is like a medium size. I want to say this is around 30 liters. Okay. This, because you're going to need more water, probably more food or calories, maybe a little bit more gear, right? You might be spending maybe a night out, right? So you might want to put some sleep system together, something like that, maybe extra clothes, but something around 30 liters should do it. And then you have a little bit bigger bag. This is about 40 liters right here. All right. This also is going to be for maybe your medium to long range, right? Depending on your elements, your terrain, anything type of threats you plan on encountering, you might need to have more gear. So more gear means more bag, right? Like I said, this is about a 40 liter bag right here. Then I have this bag. This is a 60 liter bag. This is a 511 Rush 100. All right. The reason I went and decided to go with this bag, one, so I did looked at a lot of reviews online. Read the reviews. 511, they're a really good company. I like the space. I like the real estate it had, right? Now, there is a few things I don't like about this bag, and we'll go over that a little bit later on in this video. But I wanted something with enough space to where if I needed to carry more equipment, I could, all right? Also, what I decided to do was, since I work so far from home, and my get home bag is always with me when I'm gone, traveling. And then when I come home, I would take it out of the vehicle, put it in my house, right? And then along there, I still have my bug out bag and all that. Well, I decided to go with this bag and pretty much turn in my get home bag and my bug out bag into one bag. Okay, that way I just need to have one bag. I can grab it. It's always with me. Like I said, this is the 511 Rush 100. You can buy them for about $260. Yes, kind of expensive. Well, I will tell you, there is a lot of other bags out there that's a lot more expensive. But if we're talking about a long range, like a really long range, 100 miles plus, you're gonna want a bag that's gonna hold up to the elements, to maybe rough abuse, that can handle everything, carry the weight without ripping, tearing, anything like that. And we'll go more over this bag here in a little while. I'll show you all the features of it. But so that's why I decided to do this bag. This bag right now weighs around 38 pounds. All right. And it's fully stocked with what I normally carry besides my Camelback is not full. Everything else is the way it is. All right. Like I said, besides my Camelback. So what I wanted to do in this video is go through, let y'all know what exactly I'm carrying, why I'm carrying it. Now, be advised, this bag is not going to be for everybody. The gear and equipment that I carry in this bag is not going to be for everybody, because not everybody works 200 miles plus, from home, right? If you're 15, 20 miles, 30 miles, one of these bags is going to be what you're looking at, right? So you're not going to need all that gear. You're not going to have to spend $260 on a bag. Something like this would work just fine, okay? But just know, the more gear that you carry, the better a bag you got to have. You want something with an internal frame. You want something with a waist pad. That way it keeps the weight off of your shoulders the whole time. Like I said, this bag right here weighs 38 pounds. And actually, when I put it on, like, my shoulders really don't feel 10 pounds of it. And it's all because of this. It rides on your hips, and it distributes the weight of this bag onto your hips, as besides just your shoulders. So it's a very comfortable bag. You can see right here, I mean, just the padding. This is all 100% customizable. You can adjust these pads if you want the pack to sit higher or lower. This belt actually comes off. So I could use this belt as a war belt, or whatever type of belt you want to call it. All right. Got a bottle of water. I got a little canteen cup. So I like that about it. But I like the options of this bag. All right. So on the outside, as you can see right here, first I got my sleep system. All that's in here is going to be a sleeping bag and a poncho liner. All right, that's what's in here. On this top, you see I got some gloves. Naturally, this will come off when I got to use this, and this will go on the belt. I got a few chem lights up top. Go ahead and stick the gloves back on here. So, the sleeping bag, when we're talking 200 miles plus, that's more than a person could travel in a day or two, especially on foot. What I did forget to mention is, so another thing, and y'all will be able to tell once I start going through this content, but I built this bag for worst case scenario. So I'm 200 miles plus from home. Vehicles do not work. We're talking like EMP type shit, okay? Um, so that's what this bag is built for, worst case scenario. And the reason why I did that is if the worst case scenario does happen and I need to use this bag, well, I'm set up for it. If some other type of event happens, not as bad as say an EMP or something, I'm still set up for it. Yep, I probably won't need to use a lot of this gear, which is a good thing. I'd rather have it, not need it, than need it, not have it. Also in this bag, I have a bunch of redundancy, all right? And you'll be able to notice that once I go through this video. What I do want y'all to do is, while we're going through the video, if y'all see something that y'all agree on with me or disagree, put it in the comments, because on my channel, just because I have a channel don't mean, one, I'm always 100% right. Two, the reason why I started this channel is to get more people involved, get more knowledge out to people. And I definitely don't want to say or give the wrong examples or advice, okay? I'm not trying to do that. If something works better for y'all, let me know in the comments. Just like I said, so this pack, once we go through it, I don't want y'all to copy it or mimic it exact, gear by gear, because it's probably not going to do you any good. Now, by all means, take ideas and run with it. Make them your ideas. If something works better for you, do that, right? But I do want to hear back from y'all in the comments, so please do that. That's how we all learn from each other. Okay, so sleeping bag. So 200 miles in different types of terrain, your body has to sleep, right? That's how, your body gets recharged with sleep. Now, I do know, in a worst case scenario, EMP or some type of disaster or event happens, the first thing on our mind is to get home, right? And that's 100% correct. But you have to take care of yourself before you take care of anybody else, right? By us not sleeping, not recharging our batteries, then you start not thinking clearly. And that's not going to do you, your family, or your loved ones any good, right? So you do have to rest. I'm not saying go sleep for 10, 12 hours. But if it's safe to do so, you need to get you some sleep. Like I said, I got a poncho liner in here. I also have a sleeping bag, okay? And then further on in this pack, I also got a little hammock too, all right, which I'll show y'all. But it's just different ways to sleep. I might not need the whole sleeping bag. It might be a warm night or what have you. And shit, it might not be even night. It might be daytime while you're having to take a nap or sleep, right? So you might want something just light. That's what I got here. All right, so I already said the gloves. So the gloves are going to be for multiple things. One, all right, if you're having to use your hands, do something, whether it might be some type of barbed wire, broken glass, something that's hot, I got gloves for it, okay? Chem lights, these chem lights, so I have several of them. I got a few of them here on the pack. I can use those for marking, right? If I want to mark someplace, I can throw a chem light out there where it's visible for me. Two, this alternative light source, okay? Another thing, you could, if it's dark, if you need a signal, right? If you're in an emergency or something like that, trying to get somebody's attention, break these little bad boys open, put your 550 cord on it, start swinging it, and now you're signaling to people. All right. So, next on the pack, I have my Refuge Medical Bear Fact. All right, it's an IFAC. By far, probably one of the best ones that I have found. Like I said, you can find these at Refuge Medical. It's the bare fact, but I will tell you it's not cheap, right? But in saying that, there's no cheap gear or material in here. It's built. I mean, it's built to save lives. Comes out like this. If I get it, pop it open, and there you go. All right. Cat tourniquets, Sharpies. You got tape, Israeli bandages. You got shears, chest wounds, 2 chest wounds. Man, it's all types of stuff. Quick clot, bandages. This is to be used bad injuries, right? Say you've been shot, stabbed, something like this. This is what you want. All right. Like I said, I bought that from Refuge Medical. You can check him out at bearindependent.com. I started watching him several years back. Very good channel, all right? And he has very good gear. So, bear fact. On this next side, I will tell you on this bag what I don't like is these 2 top pouches. Those come with it. They're not mollied or nothing. I really don't care for those 2 pouches, but they come in handy as far as, you know, if you need to store more things. So in this pouch, the ibuprofen. This is going to be kind of like another little medical pouch. And Hygiene. Towelette, so using instant cloth. Add just a little bit of water, it turns out to a cloth. A little bar of soap. And I know y'all's thinking, well, shit, why in the hell you got soap? Well, after 10 days of not washing your ass, what have you, your face, your armpits, man, you're going to get a little stinky, right? And sanitation leads to other things, right? Poor sanitation. So, hygiene items, right? All right. So, this right here is just first aid pullable packs, some small bandages. Inside here, I got some other small bandages. Moleskin. All right, so moleskin. If you don't know about moleskin, blisters hurt, right? When I was in the military, when we was trucking 20 miles, if your boots are not broken, or sometimes even if they are broken, you're wearing wrong socks, what have you, your feet sweat, and you get blisters. Blisters slow you down tremendously, actually. And then if they go to pop in and you bust them, what have you, then they get infection, and then you're even slowed down even more. So moleskins is a must, especially if you plan on hoofing it. Moleskins. Then I have just some more of these emergency blankets. I could use this one for if I need extra warmth, right? For some reason, my sleep bag, what have you, ain't doing it. I could use these. These also are good for signaling, all right? Y'all all know what emergency blankets is. A little mylar, very shiny, especially in the sunlight. So if I need a signal, another little emergency poncho, and that's it for this little pouch. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not trying to rush through this. I was wanting to make it as detailed as possible. But if you can tell by the sky, we're supposed to have some storms coming through. It'll be today and tomorrow. So I'm trying to get this video done as best as I can, as detailed without us getting wet. Alright, guys. So next, this right here, this side pouch. Alright, this is where I have my electronics. Alright, so inside here, so this is a little Faraday bag. I got this bag when I actually bought the Rapid radio, okay? And Faraday cage. meaning EMP goes off, this is supposed to protect it. Lifeline radio. I have a little solar charger, flashlight, a headlamp, it's rechargeable. This headlamp, of course, it has multiple different intensities. Let's see, I don't know if you can see them, but it has the red light on there also, something like that you'd want to use at night, maybe if you have to read a map, something like that. The red light is not as visible as a white light. All right, and of course, so I got a mic for my bow thing, charging cable for my flashlight, this EDC. Right, this is the light I carry on me at all times. Artfield Ultra, my O light, very good light. It also, like I said, it's rechargeable. It has multiple light modes, UV. All right, so antenna, mic, and then I got the earpiece for it, just in case I need to be stealthy. So we talked about in the first part of this series, or not series, part of this video, you know, sometimes you're gonna have to be stealthy. That is when you're close to people, right? Or lots of people, or the checkpoints, whatever it might be. Believe it or not, I know a lot of people are going to probably disagree with me on it. But when the event happens, people are going to act crazy, right? Because they know. I didn't know my mic fell off. People are going to act crazy. And it's better just to avoid them, stay away from them, than get mixed up with it. Now, if you could find a few people that's trustworthy, that has the same plans kind of along the line as you do, then all means, like I said, if you trust them. But if not, you know, you want to make your way away from them, right? Get to a secure location for yourself, and then go ahead and plan it out, plot it, and then start on your way home. Okay. All right. I also have another little AM/FM radio. So the whole deal with that little ham radio and this AM/FM radio, because so if an event does happen, or when it does happen, intel is going to be one of your best friends, right? Because without intel, you're not able to make good choices, right? Or the best choices, should I say? So intel gathering is going to be very important. That's where the radios come in. Okay. Especially, you know, they might be able to keep you out of danger. Okay. Depending on what the situation is. But so intel is for the radios. Not only that, but being able to contact your family, your loved ones. Okay. That's why it's really important to get everybody on the same page as far as frequencies. When are we going to try to make contact? How are we going to try to make contact? For how long? And that was in that part one of this video. Y'all please be sure to check that out. That way y'all get a full understanding of why you're going to see some of the stuff in this bad you're going to see. Like I said earlier, man, y'all don't have to carry all this stuff. This is for me. This is what works for me. This is what I know that I could carry. And there's reasons for each piece of gear that I got in here. All right. Next, bank line. So this bank line is going to this is for one, maybe trapping, securing items. It could be for helping build shelter, right? If for some reason I need to put up a tarp shelter or something like that to keep me out of inclement weather. That's what this bank line's for. All right, this right here. This is a mini lockpick set. All right, I mean, it's very small. Don't take up no space. It's light. I have this in there just in case I have to open up a padlock or something like that, a door to get somewhere. I have the abilities to do that. All right, so that's it for that pouch. Get this back in there. You'll see I'll be using a lot of Ziploc bags. All right, so that's it for this side. Top part, the small top part. All right, so this right here, this is my pack cover. All right, so this pack cover, and I know I'm going to see it on the comments, you know, and I agree with you. All right, so people are gonna say, hey, you shouldn't have a tactical looking bag for your get home bag, right? Because it's gonna make you a target, right? They're gonna think, oh, you got all these guns, you got all the survival equipment. So, like I said, when I decided to build this long range get home bag, I needed something that had good straps, good shoulder straps, right? Cushion, same way as your waist belt. And I needed something that was going to stand up to the weight, the environment, and that's what this bag is, right? This pack cover will cover this whole bag. Let me demonstrate. And what it does, come on. So, now that bag don't look all that tactical now. Quit checking out my ass. All right. So I could put this bag, this pack cover on it, and nobody knows what I have underneath it, right? It could be a pink unicorn bag for all they know. So I got it to cover my pack, right? But then also it keeps it waterproof. I bought this bag online on Amazon. Man, I think for like 15 bucks, okay? Once you put the bag on, it has straps so you can secure it to where you don't have to worry about it coming off, anything like that. So I will use this when I first put the bag on to get away from people, and then also when it's raining, I will use this. All right, where was we? So it's top pouch. All right, so next. So pack cover. And then this is just a military poncho. All right. So if something happens, I lose my pack cover, I could always use the poncho, right? To put on the bag or over me and the bag. All right, so I'm not getting all wet. Next, handkerchief and a shamog. So there's several uses for handkerchiefs, all right, and shamogs really. Anything from stabilizing maybe broken arms, filtering water, wiping sweat off your face, face covering. If you don't have a mask or something to smoke, this will also help keep the smoke out of your lungs. So that's in this one. I like to keep this stuff up top. It's easy accessible. All right, so now we're getting into the meat and potatoes. Clearly, I got some potato. Now that's beef stew right here. So if you're, like I said earlier, 20 miles from home, 25 miles, you probably don't need food, right? Because you'll be able to make it there probably in a day, right? But anything further than 25 miles, I would at least say bring at least something to eat. So what I got is I got several freeze-dried foods, right? Beef stew, beef stroganoff, Louisiana red beans and rice. I have an energy bar, a MRE cheese tortellini. I got some ramen noodles. Don't be hating on the ramen noodles. All right, I got me a little seasoning packet. Now I know y'all gonna be like, why in the hell do you need seasoning? Well, so depending on how long it takes me to get back, I might run out of food, right? So I have plans to run out of food. How am I gonna, whether it be catch or cook, kill food, right? 550 cord. Again, this is the same way with the bank line. This actually will hold a lot more than the bank line. The bank line was like 90 pounds test, I believe it was. I'm not sure, but this should be like 420, right? I'm sorry, 550. I'm sorry, 550 cord. But all right, so I got a roll of that, 50 foot of that. Next, all right, so spare magazine and a box of ammo. So that's gonna go with my EDC, right? So same way with this bag, I got other items which you should have too, that you don't leave home without. So that's just extra ammo for that. Next, another flashlight. As we talked about, I got redundancy. White light, red, green, blue, just another light source, okay? So that's 2 flashlights that I have in my bag plus 1 on myself. So that's 3 lights. Another tourniquet. And then U.S. military issued lensatic compass. This is going to be for planning my routes, navigating. Also, you're going to want your map, right? Map case, which I'll go over that here in a little bit. Next, right here, I got a Silcock key. I got it, let's see. So Silcock key. This, if you're in an urban environment, you will notice that they don't have the knobs on their water, on their water spigots. You will need a tool like this to be able to turn on their faucets. I would highly suggest getting one of these, even if you don't find yourself in an urban environment. If there's a possibility that you go to an urban environment or have to cross through a town or a city, I would definitely have one of these on me. Next, I have duct tape and electrical tape. So duct tape, of course, man, there's multiple uses for duct tape, whether it be for extra fire starting. Speaking of that, I didn't go through this pack right here. Fire starting, it could be to help repair gear, stuff like that. Electrical tape, pretty much the same thing. Or if you want to rewire a house, electrical tape. Next, small sewing kit. So you're not bringing 8 days worth of clothes. If your gear, if your jeans, your shirt or something like that gets ripped, jacket or something like that, you have a way to fix it. Next, I got some utensils to eat with, all right? Because just like sleeping, I know a lot of people don't put it as a priority, but eating is just like sleeping. It's a way to recharge yourself. And I know they're gonna say, all right, yep, you could go without eating for 3 weeks. And yeah, you probably could, but you're not gonna be worth the shit. All right. I mean, for the people, have you ever went a day or two, maybe fasting or something like that? Your energy's down low, you're hungry, your stomach's always talking to you. And then after a while, then that's the only thing you start thinking about is something to eat, right? So you have to be able to keep your mind and body sound. And the way you do that is by eating. So you have to eat. All right, next. Pencil to write with, right? Sharpie to write with. Pen to write with. Brand new Write in the Rain, because in case you have to take notes, all right? If maybe you're doing some type of recon or what have you, and you don't have the best memory, you can write it down, right? Write down information, and then later on, if you have to recall that information, you can go back and look at your book, all right? And then I got a handcuff key. You'll never know when you need to get out of handcuffs. All right, so that's in that. All right, that's it right there. And let me show you. So, and before I put all the stuff in the bag, I'll kind of show y'all what the bag looks like. So it is pretty much compartmentalized, right? You got pouches everywhere. This pack is very well made. I like it a lot. That's why I got it. All right. So I'm gonna go back to the outside of the pouch because I just realized that one of the main pouches I didn't go over with y'all yet. I'm just gonna throw all this stuff in there for right now. I'll fix this in a little bit. All right. So in this pouch, this pouch right here, This is an important pouch. One, water. Water is going to be one of the most important things that you need to have with you. So I have a water filter, right? This is Sawyer Mini. I got water tabs. And then of course you got your squeeze system, your back flush, your straw. But you have to have ways to get water. Not only get it, but also filter it, purify it. So that's my water. This is my fire bag. I told you I like Ziploc bags. So in here, I got multiple ways. So I got some ferrocerium rods, ferro rods. I got the trusty Bic lighter. I put a cap on it. That way it don't accidentally get pressed and leak out all my butane and then my lighter's not working. Stormproof matches. I got regular matches. Magnesium fire starter. Another little ferro rod. And then some homemade fire starters. So as you can see, I got a bunch of redundancy as far as fire starting. Just in case something gets lost, broken. I have multiple ways. Also, so I keep them in this Ziploc bag. Prevent them from getting wet. A lot of this stuff that I'm showing y'all, come on. I will put it in the description. That way, if y'all's interested in it, y'all can get it for yourself. All right, so next, now it's gonna be the primary. All right, so map case. I'm not gonna show you my maps, but there's maps, markers. They got UV markers, dry erase markers in here. So you'll have that with your compass. Cook set, got a cook set. So this is a Jet Bull. This is the little Jet Bull top that goes on top of it. Very small. It's lightweight. So eventually these will run out. Whether you carry 1, 2, 3 with you, eventually they will run out depending on how long you use them for. So you have to have alternate means of cooking, right? That'd be making a fire. Now in some situations you might not want to make fire. It all depends on the scenario, right? Or the events that's happening. How close your people. Cook set. This is something that you just boil your water and cook. Container. So this is another. So as you will see, I have a water bottle on the belt, and then I also have a canteen with a canteen cup, right? So these would be used to boil water. Boil water. These are single lined aluminum, right? So boil water, because you definitely don't want to drink any bad water, and the next thing you know, you're getting dehydrated because you're shitting everywhere. All right. Another medical kit. I bought this medical kit like at Walmart. this is pretty much like a little boo-boo kit, right? Anything from stings, little cuts, stuff like that. Because you definitely, medical is a very important thing when you're talking about, I mean, the more miles that you walk, the more you increase your chances, right? Whether it be a sprained ankle, maybe a snake bite, maybe you fall down and hurt your knee, but you increase your chances, right? The more and more you do it. All right, next, dry bag. All right, so waterproof bag. I could use this to put water in if I want to go to the stream, get a bunch of water where I'm not having to go back and fill canteens and stuff up. You know, I could get, I think this is like, I mean, probably get 5 gallons in here. Let's see, they don't say, but I think it's about 5 gallons. So I can put in here. Or if you need to store something else where it couldn't get wet, that'd be a good option. Zip ties. I got some this in case I need to make repairs to my pack or gear or something like that. I could use these. These are bright, so I could use these as markers, right? At every 100 feet, every 1,000 feet or something like that, I could place a marker to where if I need to backtrack real fast, I know where I put these things. I know I'm on the right track. There's multiple uses for this stuff types of can't talk. There's multiple uses for a lot of this gear that I'm carrying. Long range antenna for my radio. E-tool. All right. So this is still kind of dirty. I didn't clean it off, but E-tool. If you need to dig, right, whether to be dig into get your vehicle stuck, you need to do that, or if you need to dig yourself a fighting hole, you know, hopefully that would never happen, you know, come to that, but there's multiple reasons. I can use that little shovel as an axe. Next, all right, so this is a bayonet M9. This is from Ontario Knife Company. It slip right on your truck gun, or it does mine anyway. You can carry this on your belt like so. You definitely want to have a good, sturdy, fixed blade, full tang knife. All right. Definitely something good to have. It don't quite have to be this big, but I wanted something that I knew that would work, that was good, sturdy. It's a good company, Ontario Knife Company. It has a good sheath. Oop, I think we fixed to get rained on. All right. So next in here, so these are some limb lines. All right. And it's kind of like back in the day, kind of like almost like trot lines almost. You just set these and then forget them. You'll come back and it gives you a visual indication if you got a fish on the line. Next, I have a small fishing kit. So typically the only time I would use this, or the time I really would want to use this, is if I'm setting up camp, I'm hungry, or if I'm gonna do it before I go to sleep, right? If I'm gonna catch a couple hours nap, I can set these out beforehand, take me a nap, wake up, hopefully I got some fish on the line, and then use my little pot right here, cook me up some fish before I break camp, right? And continue on home. Next, silky gum board. All right, so if I have to cut stuff, right? So the way this bag works is, and just for the people that don't know, so I work offshore. I'm roughly about 150 miles offshore. And then once I get back to land, then I have another 200 miles from land to where I would reach land to home is 200 miles. And there's all different types of terrain. Some of it's urban, and then swampland, and then some is kind of rural, right, or country. So I got this saw, one, if I need to build shelter. Two, if I need to make something to maybe get through swamps, this would help me make spears. It don't weigh a lot. Silky Gomboy, a very good knife. This is the Silky Gomboy Curve 210. I really like them. They make very easy work. Next, all right, SAS survival book. Got it in a baggie also. And I know probably all gonna be laughing. Oh, why you guys SAS survival book? Because there is so much information in that book. Everything from trapping, fishing, building shelter, how to gather water in different environments, about poisonous plants, animals, stuff like that. It has all that information. Because I don't care who you are, you can't remember everything unless you're like a just survival expert, which I am not. All right, next in here, I have my Camelback, and then I have, this is a 12 by 9 foot 6 inch survival all-purpose shelter. All right, so this is something I'm stuck somewhere and I can't get inside of a building or something, and I need to make me a shelter to get out of rain, bad weather, whatever it might be. That's what that's for. Also, let's see, so that's it for that. Now, let me put all this stuff back in there real quick. Like I said, guys, some of y'all might think this is extreme, and I'm not gonna lie, it is. But this is what I'm counting on to get me home. 200 miles plus to get me home. This is what I'm relying on. Some people can maybe make it on less, some people more. It don't matter to me. What matters is that whatever you pack in your bag, you use, and it helps you get home. That's the whole purpose of the bag. All right, so in this bottom pack, I got, there's 2 contractor bags in here. 2 or 3, I can't remember. I think it's 2. Contractor bags, toilet paper. This is like a 2-gallon, 2.5 gallon Ziploc bag. There's multiple uses for these bags. All right. Then I got change of clothes. All right, so I got some tops and bottoms, t-shirt, boxers, and socks. Socks is a lifesaver, right? And then a hammock. This is the hammock I was telling y'all about. Just one personal survival hammock, very easy to set up. Merino wool socks. You definitely want to have that. If you don't have those, just any type of socks, because you're walking on your feet, right? I mean, unless you're from a circus and you can walk on your hands. In that case, you probably need gloves. But anyways, you have to take care of your feet. It's one of the most important parts of your body. My flashlight, oh, there it goes. All right, guys, so, oh, got my toilet paper. That's it, guys. This is the pack. Like I said, it's you can tell it's very well built. It's very comfortable. Like I told you in the very first part of the video, this pack weighs 38 pounds. All right, but when you put this pack on, you do not feel 38 pounds on your shoulder. It's very comfortable. It has an aluminum frame in the back. And then, I mean, these shoulder pads, waist pads is just so nice. All right, they're comfortable. It's probably one of the comfortable bags I've ever used. All right, and that's why I made it my primary, my long range get home bag and bug out bag. There's just so much things you could do with it. It's built well. But so that's it, guys. This is my bag. Like I said, probably more than most would need. And then there's probably some guys that probably works a lot further than I do, might need just as much, if not more. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If y'all did get anything out of it, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the channel, right? But share this video. Share this video with people that need to see this, right? Share this video with your loved ones, especially if they work far off, or if they're often away from home. Everybody should have a bug out bag. I'm sorry, not a bug out bag. Well, everybody should have a bug out bag, but everybody should have a get home bag, right? Especially if you travel. I don't care. I don't care if it's something like this. I don't care. Just as long as you have a bag. Something that's going to take y'all from the bad place you're at to your home, right? Or your safe area. But all right, that's all I got. Thank y'all again. Patriot Prepper out.